Boom. Hey! Mia Mia to you at the top first time. Misha Oliver. That damn Alaskan. Chrissy M. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Stella Baxter. Tina G. Debbie Neiman. Andre Clark. Tracy M. And me, BDD in the Heezy. Michelle Bookout. The Trump Reaper. Big Erections. God damn you, man. Sassy Cow. Susie Brizuela. Meredith Powell. Jiminy. Valerie G. Jamie from Wisconsin. Marie from New Jersey. Stephanie L. Harold James. Philosophy. Fox Hill Dreams. Patricia Haberkamp. Rita Bartley. Studio LB. Lee Saunders. Monique Lee. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka BrooklynDad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome. Happy Friday to everybody, or happy Fry-yay. What's up, Scribble My Dibbles? I see you there. Let's see who else is popped in. Julianne Gautier, Lucielle, Dana X. Big erections, dude. Garden Always is here. Meredith Powell, Jill Russell. Oh, Mia Mia to you says she and the family are buried in snow. I am sorry to hear that. We can send you a virtual shovel. Cindy C is here. Samantha Brakefield. Zibbidi-bidi-dee-dee. Okay, let's jump on into our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
I am sick of COVID, and I'm going to rant about it for a little bit. Bridges get built and bridges get crossed, but today this bridge fell down. Our guessing game today is Name That 60s Song. And last but not least, we have a rising star in none other than the legendary Neil Young. Mytal Cabelli is here. Yoli JR is here. Nets from Connecticut. Chacha wants to know, yeah, I believe we're supposed to get snow, but, you know, the tri-state area, there's no way of telling how much snow we're going to get. It depends on how far west that storm comes. It could be 2 inches or 12 inches or 18, no idea. But further north in Boston, we'll get into that in a bit. That's in our quick hits. Excuse me. Sheila Bird is here. Okay. So let's go ahead and kick this show off. Hello, Lumpy Girl. We see you. Here we go. So, the update on my Whole30 challenge. I dropped 0.4 pounds. It's pathetic. Well, it's 2 days, 0.4. It's almost a half a pound. Whatever. It's frustrating because, every day that goes by, I'm getting closer to that 30th day, and I'd like to see the progress. I guess that's why they tell you don't, I'm not supposed to be weighing myself every day, but rules. Rules. Yeah, no, I need to weigh myself every day. I need to see that number going down. But in any case, when somebody mentions like donuts, like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme, if I smell something that smells like a donut or chocolate cake or ice cream or pizza or burgers or Chinese food, yeah, guys, I am I'm so ready to get back to regular eating. I mean, when I say regular eating, obviously not pigging the hell out. Hello, Sylvia Correa. I see you. Eddie G is here as well. Deb B is saying slow weight loss is healthier and will last. I believe you. I believe you. I'm not having fun. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not fun. And I'm training my brain to say it's okay to be a little bit hungry every once in a while. I don't have to immediately hit that hunger urge with, let me stuff my face with some food. I can chill for a bit. Maybe I'll drink some water. I'm finding solutions. It's brutal, man. It is brutal. Let's see. Somebody said something interesting. Big Erections said, have a good shit before you weigh. It doesn't always work like that. I mean, sometimes, depending on what my cycle is or whatever, I got a big dump ready to go in the morning, in the AM. But usually, that's not until my first or second cup of coffee. Is that too much information? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Okay, so I'm all about the watching of the TV shows because, I'm home a lot these days, and what the hell else am I doing besides watching TV, right? Hey, I do plenty of other stuff, errands and chores and things of that nature, writing. But, when it's downtime, I like to entertain myself. And Superman and Lois, I will have to say, is a surprisingly superior TV show for a superhero. It's excellent. I did not expect that from something. This is on the CW, Channel 11 in the New York region. The CW is on Channel 11. This is a really, really good show. They tackle, it's Superman, right? But it's a lot more of the Clark Kent stuff. It's him with Lois, and they have had children's. So you know what that means. They was getting busy, right? He got that super sperm, excuse me. Yeah, they have children, teenage boys, and so they show them dealing, and they show them dealing in a way that's very relatable. It's real. Like, neither of them has the parenting thing down. They're learning as they go along. You know what I mean? It's like I show up for the superhero stuff because that's my jam, but I stay for the parenting shit. I'm like, oh, isn't that interesting? It's really cool. If you guys have parents, if you've been parents, it's a great show. If you're a Superman fan, by the way, like I am, I'm more Spidey, but also Supes. His son has powers. He has the powers slowly developing, getting stronger, etc., etc. But that's not even the biggest thing. And if you guys are not caught up, whoever's in the audience right now is not caught up with this show, and you don't want to be spoiled, I'm about to drop a spoiler, okay? So avert your eyes, turn your volume all the way down. Here it comes. The spoiler is this. The show has introduced one of Superman's legendary nemeses. It is Bizarro. Bizarro. It's so... When I saw that yesterday, I was like... Bizarro is like the opposite version of Superman, and he kind of talks like the Hulk. Me want, he's got poor grammar. He could be a Trumper soup, The S is backwards. Seriously, he could be a Trumper. But anyway, I'm very excited about this show. Very excited. Another show that I just saw on HBO last night is something called Pennyworth. And now I'm shopping around for new shows because I just finished Seinfeld, binging all 9 seasons of Seinfeld, so I'm looking for something new. Pennyworth is a story of a young Alfred, as in Alfred Pennyworth. Yeah? Master Wayne, would you like I take care of your things in the house? Do you have errands you need to run? Do you need me to drive you around? How about take care of that young scallywag, young Master Bruce? He looks like he'll grow to be a vigilante someday, a dangerous one, I might add. Yeah, so it's a young... Alfred, and it looks cool. It looks cool, so I'm going to check that out. Young Sheldon, Big Erection says, you're such a cool guy for such a major nerd. Yes, I am a major nerd, and so is young Sheldon. Wifey and I never finished this show. We are going to. It's cute. It's adorable. It's fun. All of the characters, the main characters, are fun, so we can settle down and enjoy this easy. But now I'm looking for another show to binge. Possibly this one, How I Met Your Mother. Scribble My Dibbles was watching this show a while back, and she loved it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Do I invest time in this show or not? Let me know. Meanwhile, we also have Brooklyn Nine-Nine to finish. I think we're in the middle of the final season of this. Blackish, we watched like 3 or 4 seasons of this, and then the kids all got big, and then we stopped watching it a bit because it was like, man, those kids, when Jack and Diane were little, adorable. I love this show. I don't love it as much with Jack and Diane older, but, I like to finish things, so we'll get back into that at some point. The Goldbergs, if you haven't seen that show, it is hilarious. It's fun. It's a helicopter mom. It takes place in the 80s. Wonderful characters. Yeah, we definitely will get into that. And that's it for my random stuff. Boom. Boom. All right. Meredith Powell says I need to start Ozark. Ozark is fantastic. Fantastic. Highly recommended. So bingeable. Okay. It's now time for our quick hits. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Excuse me. I did that wrong. Quick hits! Yeah, you son of a bee. Take that. Now, quick hits. Okay, so we started off the show talking about the snow, the expected snow. Many folks in the Northeast, some folks have already gotten some snow. We got a light dusting actually this morning, not even a half inch. In fact, it's all melted. Whatever we had this morning is melted. Wasn't even a half inch. It was a dusting. Folks in Pennsylvania got some shit. And folks much further up north, Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts are expecting some major snow. Michelle Bookout says this bomb cyclone looks like a boob. I cannot disagree with you there. It does, actually. So what kind of snowfall are we expecting? Well, let's check with our meteorologist. We've got a low barometric pressure from the northeast. As you can see from the stripes here, we're expecting anything from 6 to 16 inches, depending on where you are. People further up north in Providence, Rhode Island, can see 20 plus inches, and some meteorologists are saying that up there in the Boston area could see an historic storm. Misha Oliver has extended family in Massachusetts. What's up, Maureen Otto? I see you there. Let's see. Yesterday there was a very important announcement made from the White House regarding the future of one of our Supreme Court justices, Justice Stephen Breyer. So we'd heard that he was going to retire. Yesterday, he made his announcement official. But before that, President Biden once again did reiterate that the person he selects will be highly qualified, and they will meet every possible, they will check every possible box you can check when you are looking to approve someone for the Supreme Court, but especially that person will be a black woman. And you know what? I got to commend him for stepping up and sticking to the promise that he made to Jim Clyburn and to the rest of America. You know, Jim Clyburn was the one who pushed for it, turns out. Jim Clyburn from South Carolina was pushing for that, and that is possibly what pushed President Biden over the top on Election Day. But there's one thing making election promises. It's another thing sticking to them. And he said, I'm keeping my word, sticking to my promise. Meanwhile, Stephen Breyer spoke, and I don't think I've ever heard him speak before. You hear about the decisions being handed down from the Supreme Court, and you read the comments made. Every justice will have some opinion on a decision that's made. But I don't think I've ever heard Stephen Breyer speak before. And I thoroughly enjoyed what he had to say and how he said it. He reminded me of that cool history teacher. Everybody has had at least one cool history teacher. If you haven't, I feel sorry for you, but that one guy that everybody hopes they get him as their teacher because he's just cool. He's a pleasure to be in his class. This guy.
People have come to accept this Constitution, and they've come to accept the importance of a rule of law. And I want to make another point to them. I want to say, look, of course people don't agree, but we have a country that is based on human rights, democracy, and so forth. But I'll tell you what Lincoln thought, what Washington thought, and what people today still think. It's an experiment. It's an experiment. That's what they said. And Joanna paid each of our grandchildren a certain amount of money to memorize the Gettysburg Address. And the reason that what we want them to pick up there, and what I want those students to pick up, if I can remember the first two lines, is that 7 years ago, our fathers created upon this here a new country, a country that was dedicated to liberty and the proposition that all men are created equal. Conceived in liberty, those are his words, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. He meant women too. And we are now engaged in a great civil war to determine whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. See, those are the words I want to see, an experiment. And that's what he thought. It's an experiment. And I found some letters that George Washington wrote where he said the same thing. It's an experiment.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just noticed we have none other than Scott Dworkin. Hey, what's up, Scott? We have Scott in our audience tonight. Welcome, Scott. He says, Ducey is a showboat. I can't wait to see what you mean by that statement there. Welcome, everybody. Give Scott Dworkin, one of the heroes of the resistance, a nice shout out and a hello there. So yeah, I loved his presentation. He was very affable. He seemed well at ease and like he's ready to embrace his retirement. Let's keep this story moving forward. So yeah, today President Biden was heading to Pittsburgh to discuss his infrastructure plan. And lo and behold, just if you didn't already know how important infrastructure funding is, then Mother Nature, or I don't know, Mother Bridge, whatever, demonstrated for you. This bridge collapsed. It collapsed hours before President Biden was meant to visit the bridge. And that's pretty dramatic. That is a dramatic series of events. Now, naturally, since he was already in the neighborhood, he said, let's go check this bridge out. And check it out he did. Oh, Solid Blue Sister, I see you there. Welcome, as is Marty. I see Marty is here. Who else did I miss here? Virginia Cassells. Peter is a boss. Queen of the South. Welcome to everybody. Look at everybody stepping up now that Scott Dworkin is here. He came out of the woodworks to say hi to Scott. Scott, are you even still here? I don't even see you anymore. Corey Lord, I see you, my man. What's up? Monsoon Al Zulu. Scott, I just want you to know, a lot of these folks usually just lay back in the cut waiting for the guessing game. Anyway, what was interesting was that Pennsylvania has not one, but two people who are both vying for position of the Democratic senator of Pennsylvania. And one of those people is none other than John Fetterman. Have you guys seen this? It's, I don't even have words. There is a red arrow on the screen there pointing to an individual wearing shorts. I don't want to make too big a deal about this, because it shouldn't matter what somebody is wearing. But for crying out loud, my dude, you knew the president was coming. You knew he was coming. It's not like it was a secret, And you showed up. You showed your ass. You wearing those shorts like you couldn't even be bothered to put something decent on. Oh, dude. And you know what? I've heard some negative things about John Fetterman. I'm not gonna, shit on him completely for the shorts. It doesn't bode well for you. You couldn't be bothered. Whatever. Let me keep this moving. I don't want to dump on him too much. Here, let's talk about something that's important, that a lot of the media is going to spend an insufficient amount of time on, and it's the GDP, which is part of the Biden boom. It's part of our booming economy. And unfortunately, this kind of upsets their narrative of, inflation. Yeah, we know inflation is there, but why don't you spend the same amount of time discussing the good shit as you do about the bad shit? They magnify things like, the things are not on the shelves in the stores. Come on. Every time I go to the store, I see the shelves fully stocked. Now, I know that doesn't mean every part of the country is like that, but it doesn't mean that every part of the country, shelves are. These guys are setting the narrative. The media, when you turn on your box and there's a talking head on the TV and they're telling you how shit is, you have to rely on them as, having their finger on the pulse, being able to collect all of this data. And according to our data, most stores, the shelves are bare. But that's not the case. It's not the case at all. They're just making that shit up. And I am trying my damnedest to stay away from, Scribble My Dibble says, maybe he came from the gym. We're talking about homeboy within the shorts, Fetterman, possibly. But come on, you knew he was coming. Get your Sunday shoes out. But yeah, they are setting the tone, right? So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that President Biden's ratings are faltering, because the only source of information the majority of people have are the people who are saying the economy is bad, inflation is up, and nothing is good. And yeah, okay, so the GDP is up. Let's tune in for why that's bad for President Biden. No, it's not bad for him at all. Last year, the GDP, gross domestic product, was at 5.7%. How big is that? It's big. It's tremendous. It's so big that when Trump was talking about doing the same thing, he was only talking about having 3% here.
The economy now has hit 3%. Nobody thought it would be anywhere close.
GDP, first look at fourth quarter, is 6.9%. Boy, we are cooking in grease. The best annual year-over-year GDP since 1984.
The economy now has hit 3%. Nobody thought it would be anywhere close.
GDP, first look at fourth quarter, is 6.9%. Boy, we are cooking in grease. The best annual year-over-year GDP since 1984.
The economy now.
So yeah, I don't feel like being a cheerleader for the Biden administration is necessarily the job of the media. Don't get me wrong. I do still want information presented to me as objectively as possible. But if I'm seeing a trend from you guys, if I'm seeing a trend that everything out of the Biden administration is negative, bullshit. Bullshit. Because we just lived through 4 years of everything was shit. It can't all be shit with a different guy in there. Come on. Also, the Affordable Care Act, the enrollments for Obamacare, up big. In fact, this is one of the biggest enrollment periods ever. I believe they netted, I want to say 14.5 million. Here's my numbers. 14.5 million people enrolled in Obamacare. And that's because we have an administration that is pro-Obamacare, pro-Affordable Care Act. So that's a good thing. It's a great thing. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me put this back up. There we go. That's it for our quick hits. So that's weird. I saw Scott like 10 minutes ago, and then he went bye-bye. I don't see him anymore. It was nice to have you here, Scott. As long as you were here, I can prove you were here, that it did happen. We got Russian trolls now. Yay! You need to leave, comrade. Let's see. Okay, it's time for our timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Oh, that's not right. Here we go. Timeline cleanse. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay. When we were kids, our parents told us that we must eat our broccoli. And then when we had kids, we told our kids the same. But has anybody ever tried to get a cat to eat broccoli? It will not go well.
Woody. Woody.
I swear that sounds like human. If your cat makes that sound, something is not right. One more. I don't know if that's real. That must be real, right? Yeah, that's weird. I see some weird things, it's weird noises coming out of animals, cats and goats, and this next one is yet another weird sound. This is a porcupine eating food, and instead of disagreeing with it, this porcupine seems to be saying, "That's nice." In the beginning. Doesn't it sound like he's saying that's nice? Also, why is that porcupine sitting in her lap? I mean, are you not afraid of porcupine splinters or whatever you get? Those quills, those quills are sharp. They're not, whoof. Okay. Let's see. Last but not least, this next one is sent by our very own Philosophy, aka Jonathan Slater, and this one is a bit of a balancing act. This is very impressive. The control. You see, the foot is resting on this thing that's very wobbly. And she's keeping herself very, very steady. That is amazing. The amount of control it takes. I would be on my ass in the first 5 seconds, literally, just trying to get up on that thing. Michelle says she can't stand it with both feet. Same. Garden always says, "Oh, her poor toes." I'm right there with you. I'm right there. Gribbles My Dibbles says, "Core strength." Jamie from Wisconsin echoes that. That's incredible. Humongous kudos. Mia to you says she would have bust her as 3 seconds in. That's ballet, right? Or something. Yeah, whatever it is, ballet or modern jazz dance, whatever. That was fantastic. Oh, Luppy Girl with the facts here. She says it's called a Bosu ball. They use it in physical training? No, physical therapy, perhaps, yeah? Okay. All right. So that's it for our timeline a cleanse. Who poked the troll farm? Jamie wants to know. A big thank you to our moderators for keeping things nice and calm and cool over here, handling the trolls, smashing them with those thumbs of doom. And speaking of smashing, please remember to smash that like button. Help us counteract the trolls who are clearly looking to give it a thumbs down, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Save our show. All right. It's now time for our main topic. Sick of COVID. This is, something that's been steadily bubbling to the surface. When I turn on the TV, and I see or hear the commentators talking about COVID this and COVID that, and the rates are going up, and it's COVID. Everything is COVID. And it's troubling. It's really troubling. In fact, it's almost depressing. It's gotten to that point. And I don't know if you guys are there, but I'm there. I'm fully there. Let's talk about the deaths. I'm sick of all the deaths. We passed 800,000, a month ago? 800,000. It's hard for my brain to even grasp that number, and people who died. It's irrelevant at this point whether or not they were Democrat or Republican. These were people here in America, and a lot of those deaths were preventable. A lot of them. I'm sick. Oh, more deaths. Yeah, this is another graphic for more deaths. Preventable deaths. They could have been prevented by, just promoting safe COVID behavior, right? I'm sick of all the hospital ICU units being jammed with unvaccinated people. The majority, it's not to say everybody using up an ICU bed is unvaxxed. Some people were vaccinated and unfortunately still ended up in the ICU. But the majority of these people in ICU are unvaccinated, and they're taxing the resources. Why is this bad? Because our healthcare workers are our greatest resource. And what do we do when they're just like, I can't. You can only, offer just so many financial incentives. Their bodies and their minds can only take but so much. Imagine if that was you going into work every day knowing that there was a certain percentage of people you were going to see that were not going to survive your shift. And you had nothing to do with it. A lot of these folks are, there's not a whole lot they can do to improve the situation of someone in ICU. Once you're there, that's your ass. That's your ass. It's basically up to your body to do the rest of the recuperation. You're just trying to mitigate your very shitty symptoms. I'm sick of school schedules being thrown in chaos. That's what I'm really sick of it. And it affects us directly. My kids, our kids are affected by this shit. 1 week, it's half a day virtual. The next week, it's full day virtual. The next week, it's half day in school. You know, they have I don't know if you guys have heard this. They have A days and B days. A days, they only do the first 4 courses, and then B days, they do the second 4 courses. And it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. I know it's not the teachers, causing this. They're also trying to deal with a very unmanageable situation they're trying to deal with an unmanageable situation as best they possibly can, But the teachers, they have families of their own, and they don't want to be traipsing, COVID germs into the house with their kids. Their kids are too young to be vaccinated. So it's a whole issue. And a lot of this is being caused by people who don't want to play along. For whatever reason, they're afraid. They're still doing their research, But meanwhile, me and my family, we're doing everything we have been asked to do from Jump Street. Am I 100% sure that they know where the fuck they're going? No, I'm not sure. But I'm sure that these other knuckleheads, these other chuckleheads who don't know which way is up, they're just asking questions that they're not the answer. I trust the people with the stethoscopes and the degrees and the people who've spent half their lives focused on this. I'm sick of the supply chain issues, They are real. They're real. Some of these supply chain issues are being caused because while we were in lockdown, a lot of things people would normally need, they weren't ordering, so the supply chain was kind of interrupted. Yeah. During a normal supply chain, when everybody's working, everybody's going to and from work day in and day out, they use certain things more often than not, But when you interrupt that, when everybody stays home, whether it's because of the pandemic or they got fired or whatever the case may be, they stopped consuming a lot of these things. And then all of a sudden, everybody started using them. And so now you have a bottleneck. Only but so many containers can be offloaded at a certain time, at a certain shipping yard, or whatever you call these things. And I'm tired of the inability of our people up top to elucidate, to explain what the hell is going on with this. So it doesn't seem like, they're just failing. They don't know what is going on. Somebody better know what the hell is going on. And if you do, take the time to explain it to us all like we're in kindergarten. Explain it in a way that it doesn't create a narrative that this administration is full of shit. They're not doing anything. I'm sick and tired of going places with my fucking mask on. I am tired right now. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, when wifey and I go to Costco, you would think that we're like competing in a race, whoever, gets their shopping items as quickly as possible. Man, we are careening through those aisles. Wifey knows exactly where the things are so that we can make a U all the way through Costco and grab our shit as we go. You know, because we want to just get out of there as quickly as possible. I'm sick of the mask. I'm totally sick of it, right? But I'm doing it because as a member of this society, if everybody isn't doing what is expected of us, then it doesn't work. And at the end of the day, if I'm uncomfortable for 30 minutes and it helps save one life, yeah, that's a win. That's a win. You know, people were uncomfortable during World War II and had to make some sacrifices for this country. You want to be a patriot? You want to be patriotic and save your fellow man? It's not about, saluting and putting your hand on the heart, wave the flag when they sing the national anthem. No, it's about doing real shit that makes a difference. Yeah, and I'm sick of being one of, the group of the responsible people, but the other 40% are doing whatever the fuck they want to do. It's a waste of time. I'm sick and tired of not being able to go to the goddamn movies. And why can't I go? I can go. Technically, the movies are open. It's not like I cannot go. Nobody said don't go to the movies, Majid. But also, I know how the movies are when it's regular. Before the pandemic, dude. If I had $1 for every time I sat in a movie theater and someone was hacking and coughing during the entire movie, I'd be rich. I would have a shitload of dollars. Now imagine trying to enjoy the movie, right? During a pandemic. It's still a pandemic till further notice. It's still a pandemic because, people are still dying at a very high and unacceptable rate. So imagine trying to sit there and enjoy a movie while someone is coughing up a lung in the dark. You can't even see who it is. I have the right, I have the freedom to not wear a mask. Well, fuck you. Then don't go into public places where other people are wearing their masks. You have the freedom to wear your fucking mask or not wear it in a car and have all those COVID germs contained to your own stupid car and get the rest of your family sick with those goddamn COVID germs. I'm sick of the variants. Every couple of months there's a new variant. It was Delta Plus a few months back. And then Delta Plus turned into, Lambda? It was Lambda for a hot second. And then Lambda turned into Omicron. It's unreal. I don't remember this shit happening with the regular flu, right? There were all these geniuses telling us for a long time, they were saying, this is just like the flu. No, it's not. I don't remember the last time we got hit with the bird. What was it? The bird flu? Some shit? The swine flu? I don't remember an Omicron version of the swine flu. I don't remember us going in lockdown for 2 years because of the swine flu, Ebola, any of that shit. I don't remember that. All these variants are being created because there are people who refuse to get vaccinated, and that allows the virus to mutate and become a variant and become resistant to other vaccines and all this shit. And you know what? I'm not a scientist, so excuse me if I say something that is inaccurate or unscientific. I'm not a scientist. I'm just doing the best to keep my head above the line of ignorance as best possible. I'm doing my best to, pass on the stuff that I have learned. And another thing I'm pissed off about is I'm sick of really not having anyone to blame for this. What do I mean? So Trump was in office when this virus hit. Yeah, and he said and did a lot of stupid shit. As I said in the beginning of this segment, a lot of lives could have been saved if just at the beginning, this jackass said, wear a mask, do your duty. There were people who would follow him into traffic if he said so. There are people who followed him into the U.S. Capitol or followed the mental image of him storming the Capitol, If he said to do it, they would have done it. Why is this goddamn thing so political? But okay, so when this emerged, he was still in office, but then we defeated him. And one thing that President Biden ran on was, I'm going to eradicate this thing. I'm going to defeat COVID. That's a tall order. My dude, that's a tall order. Now, he was in office, President Biden was in office a full year. We just acknowledged his 1 year in office, 1 year anniversary from the inauguration, So some things absolutely could have and should have been done better. Like the tests, for instance, come on, why didn't you have tests ready to go? That's an L. You have to take an L for that, And the overall communication coming from the administration, coming from the CDC, it doesn't give me a lot of hope. It doesn't. It's confusing. You're saying one thing a month ago, but you're saying something different now. And I get it. You're trying to, this COVID is like a moving target. It's not really just one thing. It keeps moving. The goalpost keeps moving. But it's hard for me to fully put blame on President Biden because, again, he is spending a great deal of his waking hours telling people, please wear a mask, please get vaccinated, please get the booster. And then he tries to set up mandates, and the rest of the states are like, screw you, we're not doing a mandate. And they go out and they march and they protest. We don't want mandates. And so then he says, okay, fine, no mandates. It's up to the states. And then everybody's like, see that? Now he's abdicating responsibility. What do you want? What do you want? And then you have these experts, these so-called experts, the Mr. Robert Malone, who says they're silencing him for speaking the truth while he's on just about every podcast and news show he can possibly get on, speaking to millions and millions of people. Especially, he was even on the Joe Rogan podcast with an audience of 11 million viewers. This guy said that we are all of us, being hypnotized by this thing called mass formation psychosis. That we're like simple-minded buffoons. We're sheeple for buying the narrative of COVID. That COVID isn't really a big deal at all. That we've all just been massively hypnotized. Come on, bro. See, what I don't like about this Joe Rogan podcast is that how he presents it as though he's just asking questions, right? He's just, I just want to get to the bottom of things. I want to be in a reasonable way. I want to find out what the truth is, right? But then he brings a lot of people on his show that he already knows what the answer is. And then he's showing that answer. So yeah, you are asking questions, but you already know what the answer is going to be. You already know that. So you are promoting that narrative and only that narrative. That's not helpful. We already have enough people who are anti-vax or vaccine hesitant. That's making this thing a very heavy lift to get out of this goddamn godforsaken pandemic. A reminder, okay, Joe Rogan didn't just come out of nowhere. It's not like he's an overnight sensation. Joe Rogan is the guy who convinced people to eat cockroaches, to eat deer penis, to sleep in a bed of worms. This Joe Rogan, he is laughing his ass off all the way to the bank. He's making fools of 11 million people, but he's coming across like a very reasonable, I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this fucking culture where, it's cool to say, you know what? Maybe cigarettes don't cause cancer. Maybe it's something different. Maybe that's a narrative from the man. So this culture where being stupid, having your head up your own ass is somehow seen as heroic. If all these people were alive during the time when we were trying to eradicate polio would still be alive and well, thriving. Polio would be on version Zeta or whatever the letter is. We have celebrities like Evangeline Lilly, who may or may not have a big platform. Aaron Rodgers, Letitia Wright. Letitia Wright, she's supposed to be the smart one from the Black Panther, Shuri. These are all, they're just asking questions, just doing our research. You're not doing any peer-reviewed shit. You're not looking at any fucking slides with any microbes on it. You're not doing any of that. You're just reading some Facebook articles and watching a podcast or two. That's your research. Come on. It's okay if you have a big following, if you're a celebrity, it's okay to have opinions on this shit, right? But when lives are at stake, this is not a reality show. This is not a fucking movie. This is real life, and real people are dying from ignorance. And the ignorance is being promoted at the highest levels by people who are mostly insulated from the risk. These people can't afford to be stupid. They can't afford it. They are young and rich. If anything happens to them, they will get the best of care. They will get the same care that Trump had when he caught COVID. They threw the kitchen sink at it. Everything. Joe Rogan can afford that. Joe Rogan makes $100 million. If the conspiracy theorists were paying attention, right, they would notice that the people who make monoclonal antibodies, the companies that make that, Regeneron and all that shit, they have said these are ineffective. They are ineffective against Omicron. And Omicron has been determined to be responsible for 99% of the COVID cases in America. So if Omicron is, if these monoclonal antibodies are ineffective against Omicron, why are people like Ron DeSantis insisting on continuing to promote the use of that as opposed to vaccine? What's the deal? What's the deal? You don't want to get the vaccine because it's from Big Pharma? Dude, I got news for you. Even that ivermectin you're shoving down your gullet, even the ivermectin is made by Merck Pharmaceuticals. It's not a little rinky-dink organization. They're a billion-dollar company, pharma company. Everything you put in your body is from a pharma. You worried about being tracked? The phone that you're tweeting from or Facebook posting from is being tracked. Come on now. I'm sick of what this has done to us as a nation. Because you know what? I don't enjoy when you see a tweet about somebody getting COVID. I don't really like the aftertaste in my brain when I tweet that, Sarah Palin has COVID and I don't have any sympathy for her. It's like, what have I become? What have I become? That's my frustration, spilling out onto a tweet. Because I'm only, at the end of the day, I'm only human, just like everybody else tweeting. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And I'm tired of what COVID has turned me into. It's turned me into something that maybe I'm not so crazy about. It's become an us against them. And what happens, at some point, COVID will be gone, hopefully. Please, God, at some point, COVID will be finished. But then we'll be left staring across at other people that we've been calling morons and assholes and selfish and this and that. We may have disagreed with Trumpers for a long time, but it wasn't always like this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate feeling like I'm at war with fellow Americans. I am tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of not having answers. Frankly, I'm tired of it. At one point they said, we don't need to wear a mask. Early in the pandemic, they said, you don't need to wear a mask. And then they said, oh, actually, yeah, you do need to wear a mask. And then they said, you know what? Pandemic is looking okay. As long as you're vaccinated, then you don't need to wear a mask in these situations. If you're indoors and there's less than 60 people or whatever, they had all this criteria. And now we're back to, actually, you do need to wear a mask. And by the way, those cloth masks you've been using, they're garbage. Throw those out. Only now buy KN95 masks. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then now it makes sense to me. Now it's starting to make sense why people on the other side are like, I don't trust them. Okay, I see your point. Yeah, because we are following the science and the scientists are following the science, but the science seems to be like a moth, that's fluttering all around. They don't really know. So when you say vaccine, when I first heard of vaccine, I thought, I get the vaccine, I'm not going to be at risk of catching COVID. That's what I thought. That's honestly what I thought. If I get vaccinated, I will not catch COVID. If I get vaccinated against polio, I expect I won't get polio. So vaccine equals kind of cure, right? But then it turned into, actually, no, that's not what it is. If you get vaccinated, double vaccinated, and boosted, guess what? You can still catch COVID. So people have been asking the question, what happens? I mean, what's the difference now if I get double vaccinated and boosted and I can still catch it? I can still suffer. What's the difference? I don't have an answer for them. Be perfectly honest with you. I am double vaxxed, I am boosted, and I will still promote that. But sometimes I'm like, what is the point? I guess you can suffer less if you get COVID. For all I know, I might have had COVID 3 times and didn't even know. I might have been asymptomatic. I don't know, because maybe that's because I was double vaxxed and boosted and I didn't feel a thing. But some people are double vaxxed and boosted and they live to tell, But those unvaccinated people, the risk is probably 20 times higher that you die from it. I like living, not dying. So, at the end of the day, that's what matters. That's what matters. But it's not an unreasonable expectation that if you get a shot, you should be immune from the damn thing. And that's, I guess, part of that is where there's more people, throwing up their thing. Some people just want to be, contrarian. I say red, you say blue. I say up, you say down. They naturally want to be that. But a lot of people are legitimately afraid to put a substance into their body and then they'll go and vape. These same people are afraid of substances, they vape, and then they'll eat a fucking Big Mac that has ingredients that you can't even pronounce. All right, so that is my rant. I don't know if I took us anywhere with this rant. I just needed to get this shit off my chest because it's things that have been bugging me for a very long time. I am tired of this goddamn pandemic. I am exhausted of it. I do want to get back to living life fully, going into Costco without a mask, without having to feel like I'm Mario Andretti on the shopping cart, It's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, let's jump on in. Whew, I need a drink of water. I need a cigarette. It's been, goddamn, it's almost 6 months. I feel like I need a cigarette right now. Instead, we're going to play this guessing game and try to get my mojo rising. This guess the 60s song. Guess that 60s song. Yeah, I need to get off that rage highway and get back onto the groovy in love with life groove. Yeah. So you guys know how this game goes. I'm going to sing. Actually, this is slightly different. Most of these songs, see, these are way back in the old days, the 60s. Many of you were not even alive when these songs came out. Some of you may have just, yes, please, wifey, my love. Yes, please. I would love some water. Some of you may have just been born when these songs came out. Nonetheless, most of these songs, timeless. You'd be surprised. Man, BrooklynDad, I don't listen to any 60s music. I don't even know. You'd be surprised. You will know. You will know. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to sing full lyrics. I'm going to sing a couple of lines from the song, and you should instantly know. These are iconic songs. But they're from the 60s, so that's 6 decades ago. All right? And when you recognize the song, you're going to type it in, the name of the song, not the artist. The name of the song. Okay? When you recognize the name of the song, when you recognize the lyrics, give me the name of the song. I'll read it out. You guys ready? There's Eagle Star 747. Let me grab some agua. Hold on. Thanks, my love. Woo, I needed that. Careful to put it all the way back there. Yeah, so I don't spill that by mistake. All right. Hey, Gavin Rutherford is here. Speedtopia, the whole gang is here. Let's see. Okay. You guys ready? Here's the first song. When I'm driving in my car, when a man come on the radio. That's it. That's all you're getting. Let's go. Let's see those guesses. When I'm driving in my car, when a man come on the radio. All right, I've seen enough. I feel better already. I can't get no. No. Hey, hey, hey. All right, we're looking for I can't get no satisfaction. And who do we have at the top here? We have Nurse Mitch at the top, followed by Heroes Wear Crepes. That's good. Heroes Wear Crepes. Misha Oliver, Monique Lee, Maureen Otto, Michelle Bookout, Lee Saunders, Meredith Powell, Lucielle, Scribbles My Dibbles, Susie Brizuela, Sylvia Correa, Marie from New Jersey, Mia to You, Foxhill Dreams, Julian Gautier, Synthfan, Cha-Cha, Valerie G, Watcher Soko, Stephanie L, Debbie. Everybody get this one. Correctamundo. Good job, you guys. All right. Next one. Here we go with the next one. Are you ready? Wait. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Ooh, I bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue. All right, that's all you're getting. That's it. Sandra from Paramount, California. I didn't even see you earlier. Glad to see you. I bet you're wondering how I knew. All right. I've seen enough. And if you answered, oh, I heard it through the grapevine, you were correct. And let's see. Oh, I heard it through. Oh, at the top we have Heroes Wear Crepes. Top #1 slot, followed by Susie Brizuela. Eagle Star 747. Lee Saunders, Maureen Otto, Monique Lee, That Damn Alaskan, Bernadette, Valerie G, Samantha Brakefield, Scribble My Dibbles, Sint Fan, Julianne Gautier, Mia to You, Cha Cha, Gavin Rutherford, Michelle Bookout, Yoli JR, Cindy C, Misha Oliver, Samantha Hawkins, Deb B, Marie from New Jersey, Meredith Powell, the Trump Reaper, Lumpy Girl, Watcher Soko. Good job, you guys. Very good job. Some champagne for you. All right, let's go to the next one. Here's the next one. I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you. La da 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 da. Here we go. Give me some guesses. There's no Jethro Tull in this. All right, I've seen enough. Okay, we were looking for God Only Knows. God only knows what I do without you. Let's see who's at the top. Cindy C. Wait. Oh, Misha Oliver, you were very close. She said heaven knows, but that's not the answer. Cindy C is at the top with God Only Knows, followed by Monique Lee. You said Pet Sounds. So Pet Sounds is the name of the album that song came from, not the name of the song. I cannot give you credit. Scribble My Dibbles, Synth Fan, Marie from New Jersey, That Damn Alaskan, Lee Saunders, Julianne Gautier, Pacha, Watcher Soko, Michelle Bookout, Nurse Mitch, Lucielle, Samantha Brakefield, Misha Oliver, Valerie G, Bernadette, Gavin Rutherford, Eagle Star 747, Susie Briswella, Fox Hill Dreams, Samantha Hawkins, Philosophy. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay, next up. Wait, let's see. Yeah, let me give you this one. Next up. Here we go. The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. All right. Name that tune. All right. I've seen enough. We were looking for Be My Little Baby, Be My Baby by the Ronettes. or is it Ronets? Ronets. Okay, and let's see. We got at the top, we have Mommy967. Congratulations, Mommy967. Be My Baby, followed by Maureen Otto, Nurse Mitch, Monique Lee, Cindy C, Misha Oliver, Fox Hill Dreams, Samantha Brakefield, Lucy L. What? Heroes Wear Crepes is just guessing some random stuff. Meredith Powell, Cha-Cha, Mia to You, Julianne Gautier, Susie Brizuela, Valerie G, Marie from New Jersey, Watcher Soko, Bernadette, Yoli JR, Samantha Hawkins, Lee Saunders, Sylvia Correa, Stephanie L, Gavin Rutherford, Eagle Star 747. Good job, you guys. I can't read them all. So please, just let's keep it moving. Wait, and with that said, bless you. Okay. Here's the next one. You're just too good to be true. Here we go. That's all you're getting. That is it. Let's go. Let's see these guesses. When some people, when they dance, they bite their bottom lip. That's what I'm doing now. It makes you think like, he's really feeling that beat. All right, I've seen enough. You are right. Cha-Cha said it's a lot to type. It is indeed. The song seems everybody was able to get easily was Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. That is the name of the song. And let's see who's at the top. We got, You're just too good to be true. Valerie G is at the top. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, followed by Gavin Rutherford, Misha Oliver, Sylvia Correa, Samantha Brakefield, Maureen Otto, Susie Brizuela, Synth Fan, Scribble My Dibble, Cindy C, Yoli JR, Marie from New Jersey, Bernadette, Stephanie L, Monique Lee, Asmila J, Julianne Gautier, Meredith Powell, Maital Cabelli, Mia to You, Lee Saunders, the Trump Reaper, Fox Hill Dreams, Samantha Hawkins, Patricia Haverkamp, Speedtopia, Eagle Star 747, Cha-Cha, Nurse Mitch, Watcher Soko, Lucille. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right, here's the next one. Listen up. Wait, before we do, remember never to run with these. Yeah, don't run with those. Here's the next one. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. All right, let's see those guesses. All right, I've seen enough. And Gavin Rutherford says, shh, because the name of this is The Sound of Silence. Every time I hear "Hello, darkness, my old friend," I can only think of Job Bluth from from Arrested Development. I love that show, by the way. Okay, let's see. Who do we have at the top? Some of these. Okay, damn you. Heroes wear crepes. It says sound of flatulence, which is not the answer, but that's very funny. Thank you for that. We got Misha Oliver, Susie Brizuela, Lee Saunders, Samantha Brakefield, Maureen Otto, Nurse Mitch, Stephanie L, Cindy C, Fox Hill Dreams, Eagle Star 747, Scribble My Dibbles, Julianne Gutierrez, Synth Fan, Watcher Soko, The Trump Reaper, Meredith Powell, Lucielle, Samantha Hawkins, Sylvia Correa, Cha-Cha, Mia Mia to You, Gavin Rutherford, Debbie Speedtopia, Bernadette Maitalka, Belly, Valerie G, Monsoon Al Zulu. I'm always impressed with myself that I can pronounce Monsoon Al Zulu. All right, good job, you guys. We're going to move on to the next one. But first, I just want to write something down real quick. Okay. And now, here's the next song. Are you ready? I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Doom, 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 doom. Let's go. Let's see those guesses. Philosophy says he loves it when I sing. You gotta be the only one. Oh, you and my wife. I don't get it. You know, I knew I had to lock her down when she actually appreciated. Wifey, just like my singing. I'm like, me? Yeah. But yeah, you know, I used to, so back in the day when Wifey and I were first communicating, she was in New Zealand, I was here in America. Sometimes I would record myself singing a song. And then I would send it to her. What the hell? I did that a lot. I was really surprised that I did that. All right, I've seen enough. All right, let's see. We were looking for my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, my girl. And let's see who's at the top here. Nurse Mitch is at the top, followed by Maureen Otto, Valerie G, Bernadette, Meredith. Oh, wait, sorry, no. Monique Lee, Mia Mia to You, Lucy L, The Trump Reaper, Michelle, Stephanie L, Mia Mia to You, Samantha Hawkins, Marie from New Jersey, Meredith Powell, Misha Oliver, Synth Fan, Cha-Cha, Sylvia Correa, Speedtopia, Tina G, Cindy C, Yoli JR, Watcher Soko, Maitaka Belly, Samantha Brakefield, Asmila J, Eagle Star 747, Gavin Rutherford's Fox Hill Dreams, Susie Brizuela, Sylvia Correa. Good job, you guys. Very good. You guys are good. All right. Here's the next one. Oh, I got to speed this thing up. This is taking much longer. I got to really start sawing that wood. Meaningless. All right, here's the next one. Chain, chain, chain. That's all you get. That's it. 60 songs, you guys. Let's go. Let's see the guesses. All right, I've seen enough. The answer we were looking for? Chain of fools. Let's see. Oh, Watcher Soko is having a rough time with her router. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, at the top here we have Misha Oliver, followed by Speedtopia, Nurse Mitch, Yoli JR, Cha-Cha, Gavin Rutherford, Lucielle, Monique Lee, The Trump Reaper, Fox Hill Dreams, Bernadette, Valerie G. Oh, wait. Actually, Maureen Otto, you did. No, that's not it. Meredith Powell, Samantha Hawkins, Asmila J. That damn Alaskan said chain of maggots, which technically that's correct. Samantha Brakefield, Stephanie L, Mia to you, Eagle Star 747, Philosophy, Marie from New Jersey, Watcher Soko, Susie Briswella, Gavin Rutherford, and Michelle Bookout. And good job, you guys. All right, we got two more we gotta get through, and then it's time for the rising star. Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Let's go. Let's see those guesses. Biting that lip. I can't do it without laughing. Yeah, when this whole shit goes back to normal and we have that party, we are gonna have a party. Oh, and by the way, Punxsutawney Mo actually messaged me, had a great idea, a great suggestion. He said we should do one of those spaces things, but just for us. I suppose we could allow other people to pop in if we want, but that's kind of cool that we could hear each other's actual voices. That would be cool. I don't know. Let me let you guys kick it around and come back to me. Let's think about it. Get back to me on Monday or Wednesday, whatever. Okay. I've seen enough. Petty Deb says, we've been waiting. All right. The answer we were looking for is I Got You, Babe. Sonny and Cher, a classic. They say our love won't pay the rent. Well, you know, you're right. They say that because it's true. You can't go to the landlord and say, I don't have my rent, but we got love. Kick your asses out. At the top we have Misha Oliver, followed by that damn Alaskan Monique Lee, Samantha Brakefield, Yoli JR, The Trump Reaper, Nurse Mitch, Susie Briswella, Michelle Bookout, Eddie G, Bernadette, Cha-Cha, Mia to you, Speedtopia, Meredith Powell, Maureen Otto, Tina G, Stephanie L, Samantha Hawkins, Heroes Wear Crepes. You're close. You said that'll do, babe. It's actually no. Cindy C, Valerie G, Patricia Haverkamp, Sylvia Correa, Monsuno Zulu, Marie from New Jersey, Lucia, Maital Cabelli, Virginia Cassels, Asmila J, Fox Hill Dreams, Philosophy. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay, we got one more. Let's see what kind of We need to wrap this up with the packaging tape, yeah? Okay. Here's the last one. Wise men say only fools rush in. Let's go. Let's see those guesses. Remember, the name of the song, not the name of the singer. Name of the song, not the singer. Song, not sanger. Sanger is shorter, but song is writer. I'm seeing new names today that I hadn't seen before. This is very cool. Joanne Locke. I feel like your name rings a bell, but you haven't been here regularly. It's nice to have you here. Eagle Star 747 is quickly becoming one of our regulars. Virginia Cassells, that's a new name I don't recognize, and I'm happy to see you here in the audience. We hope you come back. And our new friend, who's very clever, is Heroes Wear Crepes. I'm enjoying your thing. All right, I've seen enough. And we were looking for Can't Help Falling in Love. Now, I've seen people throw up other names. It's not right. I'm sorry. You know you want it to be right. It ain't right. I'm sorry. I could only take the name that is on the screen here. And at the top, we got a Monique Lee, who's right at the top there. We got Eddie G following right behind Gavin Rutherford, Nurse Mitch, Misha Oliver, Valerie G, Meredith Powell, Yoli Jr., Michelle Bookout, Maital Cabelli, Susie Brizuela, Samantha Brakefield, Virginia Cassells, the Trump Reaper, Eagle Star 747, Patricia Haverkamp, Mia to you, Cha-Cha, Maureen Otto, Asmila J, that damn Alaskan, Bernadette, Fox Hill Dreams, Mansuna Zulu, Stephanie L, Samantha Hawkins, Cindy C. Good job, you guys. Very good job. Baragut. Thank you so much for playing this game with me. I love to play with you so much. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time, we love you. Discussing games we play. We hope you come back for more. But before you go, we have one more thing. It's a thing that we like to say about sometimes bad people. Today, it's sometimes a good people, the rising star. And today's rising star is none other than a man who's been in the news quite a bit of late, whether he wanted to be or not. We're talking not about Joe Rogan, who would normally be in our You Raggedy Bitch segment, although I can't say I really have that much of a problem with Joe Rogan. Why? Because he's found a niche. He's exploited it, he targeted it, and he's just giving them what they want. No, I'm talking about Neil Young. Neil Young took a step up against the misinformation that's been promoted on Joe Rogan's show. Technically, Joe Rogan himself is not spreading that misinformation. What he is doing is platforming it, which is, I suppose, just as bad, isn't it? Right? If you have a big platform, people often tell me, hey, make sure you double check your facts, Brooklyn Dad, with your 900,000 followers. I've only got 900,000. I don't have 11 million. Imagine if I had 11 million followers and I posted some bullshit, I would be held accountable. Anyway, Neil Young was attempting to hold Spotify accountable for platforming Joe Rogan. Neil Young wrote a letter to Spotify and said, I am doing this because Spotify is spreading fake information about vaccines, potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation being spread by them. So I want all of my music off the platform. They can have Joe Rogan or Young, but not both. So what happened? Well, Joe Rogan is under contract with Spotify for $100 million. $100 million. That's a lot of, it's just a lot of cash. Spotify is like, Neil, we love you, but bye. And they took his music down. So then what happened was almost immediately there was a reaction from the public at large, and a movement called #DeleteSpotify arose, and people started deleting their Spotify accounts, not just deleting their account, but taking their credit card away. So no, we're not renewing this subscription. They were ending their subscriptions to Spotify, which that's a significant hit if you get enough people ending their accounts. Then today, Neil Young posted a new announcement, and he said, there is an upside for my listeners, people who may be listening to the 60 years of music I have made in my life so far. It is this: many other platforms, Amazon, Apple, and Qobuz, to name a few, present my music today in all its high resolution glory. If you missed that, he said high resolution glory, which is a backhand to Spotify, whose sound quality not as good as Apple or Amazon. The way it's intended to be heard, while unfortunately Spotify continues to peddle the lowest quality in music reproduction. The shade. So much for art. But now that it is in the past for me, soon my music will live on in a better place. And Spotify hasn't been doing well over the past couple of weeks. Yeah, their stock is plummeting. It's gone down as of today a full 26%, and still continues to tumble. Meanwhile, Neil Young's music, his greatest hits, is the #2 album on iTunes US charts, and that's great news. So apparently Peter Frampton has joined him in this crusade, and I heard reports that Barry Manilow joined. I am unable to confirm that. I don't see that. I don't see any news articles. As of 4:30 today, I could not find an actual source verifying this. If you guys have access to that, please share, but I don't have confirmation on Barry Manilow. Barry's not making any new music, but he does have a pretty big catalog. Where are the rest of the artists? Where are the Katy Perrys and the Taylor Swifts? Those folks, where did they weigh in? I'd love to see it. You got Neil Young, who isn't making new music, but he's legendary. This guy, let's talk about Neil Young. He's had an amazing career. He won 3 Grammys. He's been nominated 24 times, 7 Juno Awards, 1 MTV Music Award, and 45 freaking albums. hundreds of hit songs, including Old Man, The Needle and the Damage Done, Like a Hurricane, Harvest Moon, Keep Me Searching for a Heart of Gold, and I'm getting old. Great. This is freaking Neil Young. He's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame not once, but twice. Once in 1995 for his solo music, and then in 97 as a member of Buffalo Springfield. He also helped found Farm Aid since 1985. Farm Aid has raised more than $60 million to support programs that help farmers and families of farmers thrive and survive. Watcher Soko, thank you, my friend, for the kind donation. Thank you for that. Neil and his wife founded the Bridge School, which develops and uses advanced technologies to aid in the instruction of children with severe speech and physical disabilities. So I see Harold James saying, Spotify, you raggedy bitch. And let me just add onto that. Wait, hold on. Thank you for that, Harold James. It's a new name, and thank you guys for participating and turning up for my show. I really appreciate the audience. I like being able to rant a bit with you guys. So the Raggedy Bitch was Spotify. Just so you don't get it twisted. Raggedy Bish is Spotify. Rising Star is Neil Young. Did I say Neil 20 times? Trump Reaper says I said Neil 20 times. Is that a thing? Xander Zork showed up. Says Spotify is a raggedy, overrated bish. Cha-Cha has just donated. Thank you, Cha-Cha. Thank you so much for the kind, generous donation. And yeah, I do definitely appreciate you guys, your donation, just your time, just giving me your ears is a privilege, and I do not take that lightly. So thank you for another wonderful episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And if you gotta go out this weekend, despite the fact that we don't have better answers on what these vaccines are or what they do, we know that they give you the best chance of keeping your asses alive if you catch COVID. So please, if you haven't already, get vaxxed, get boosted, wear your mask to keep other people aside from yourself safe. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening and weekend. A special thank you to my moderators. I know you guys were a bit inundated by some troll action. You guys are awesome. You handled them like champions. So we'll be here Monday, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Woo! Good God, what a show that was, huh? I went long. I went very long today. Sorry for going so long. Boom. Easy. Eagle Star 747 says, keep on rocking in the free world, y'all. Gavin Rutherford, thank you. He says, rant, rave, recover. Hey! Samantha Brakefield appreciated the rant. Thumbs of Deb B says, thumbs of doom rule. Agreed. Watch Ahsoka with the helpful reminder, if you are new to Storytime, subscribe. Thank you. Yes, hit that subscribe button. I forget that. Yeah. Hey! Oh my goodness, Cindy C says some people truly forgot she turned 6 decades old today. Holy cow, congratulations to Cindy C, 60th. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Cindy C! Hey! I'm sweating. My goodness. Cindy C, congratulations. Happy birthday. Yeah. All right. Good God. Yeah, somebody said the rant was necessary. That damn Alaskan says, I love when you holler what's on my mind. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so you guys, once again, thank you so much. Cindy C, I hope you have a lovely, wonderful birthday weekend. Congratulations. I love you guys, but you know what time it is? You need